Hi, welcome to the class. Today we'll do another topic of chapter electric potential, and today our topic is to calculate electric potential due to an electric dipole. If you remember, the same thing we did with the electric field also. So electric potential due to a single charge is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r. So this is the electric potential due to a single charge. Now we are calculating electric potential due to an electric dipole, and electric dipole is a set of two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance. So electric potential we are calculating for an electric dipole, and for electric dipole we have two cases. One case is along broadside or also known as axial line. Okay, so how do we calculate it? We have a dipole here. Again I am telling you, first of all you draw the diagram and always write the introduction part. So let us consider an electric dipole. This is the introduction part. Let us consider an electric dipole plus q and minus q separated by a distance 2a, and let P be the point where we have to calculate the electric potential due to this dipole, and P is at a distance of x from the center of the dipole. Now if you remember, in order to calculate the electric field or electric potential, we always place a unit positive test charge at that particular point where we want to calculate the electric field or we want to calculate the electric potential. So we have kept this charge. Now potential, electric potential at P due to plus Q. So electric potential at P due to plus Q will be V is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So what will be the distance of this point P from plus Q? So this is x and this is a. So it will be Q upon R. So R will be x plus a. X plus a, this is the distance, right? Then electric potential at P due to minus Q. What will come? V is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon. Now guys, this is the electric potential due to minus Q charge, and therefore I will put a minus sign here. Because for electric potential for a positive charge is always positive, electric potential for a negative charge is always negative. And then the distance here. So what will be the distance? If this part is x and this part is a, then distance from this part to this part will be x minus a. So it will come x minus a, right? So if I write it, it will become minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon x minus a. Correct? Now in order to calculate the net electric potential, that would be V net is equals to V1 plus V2. Electric potential is a scalar quantity, we will add them directly. So V net is equals to, let me call this as V1 and this is as V2. So V1 will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon x plus a, and then we'll add this, but since minus sign is there, it will come minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon x minus a. So V net is equals to, we take this as common, and then what we are left with is, I'll remove this part now. What I am left with is 1 upon x plus a minus 1 upon x minus a. So V net is equals to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. We take the LCM, x plus a minus a minus b, a plus b, a square minus b square, and then above it will come x minus a minus x plus a. Solve it. V net will be Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. This plus x and this minus x will get cancelled out, right? And we are left with minus a and then minus a. So this minus a and that minus a will become minus 2a and then upon x square minus a square. Now V net is equals to what will come? Minus 2aq upon 4 pi epsilon naught and then x square minus a square. Now guys, 2aq will become P, electric dipole moment. So this will be P. So V net is equals to minus P upon 4 pi epsilon naught x square minus a square. If you write it, it will become minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught P upon x square minus a square. Now this negative sign here indicates that this net potential is the potential due to the negative charge. Why? Because as you can see from this formula that V is inversely proportional to 1 upon R. So if R is less, V will be more. So since this minus Q charge is closer to that point, so therefore its potential, the value of its potential will be more at that point as compared to this, because this is at a greater distance from this point and this is at a lesser distance. So less the distance, more will be the potential. So whose potential right now is dominating point P? The domination of electric potential at point P is because of this minor charge, minus Q, and therefore this negative sign is coming. So this was the electric potential along broadside and axial line. Now we have to second and do electric potential along equatorial line. Equatorial line. So equatorial line we will do. So equatorial line we will do. So first let us draw the dipole. So we have a dipole there, plus Q, then minus Q, separated by a distance 2a. This is the center of the dipole. Now equatorial line or point will be the point at a perpendicular distance here, and this we know that will be theta and this will be theta. So if this is a, this is x, you know that this distance will be a square plus x square, and similarly this will be a square plus x square, and this is what we have to calculate. Now you can see electric potential at P due to plus Q. So electric potential at P due to plus Q will be given by the formula. Let me call it as V1. It will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R. So how much is R? R is under the root a square plus x square. This is equation number 1. Similarly, electric potential at P due to minus Q. So how much it will be? V2 is equals to, now you know that this electric potential is because of minus Q. So this will be minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon, what is the distance? Same distance, under the root a square plus x square. This is equation number 2. Now from 1 and 2 you can see that these two are equal. The only difference is this negative, because this is the electric potential due to a negative charge. So what will be the net electric field at P? So V net will be V1 plus V2. So V net will be, if you add these two, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon under the root a square plus x square, and then if I add, why I am writing minus, because there is a minus there. So minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon under the root a square plus x square. If you add them, then the net electric field, the net electric potential along the equatorial line for a dipole is 0. So this is what you need to understand. So this was the derivation for an electric dipole of the electric potential along the axial line and along the equatorial line. Now next we have to understand an important thing, and that is something. So for this part I am just doing a small derivation, although you should not be worried much about the derivation which I am going to do right now, because you need to just understand the relation between electric field and electric potential. So this is something what we call potential, we call electric field as a potential gradient of electric potential. Electric field as a gradient of electric potential. So this is the next topic. So electric field as a gradient of electric potential. Now what do you mean by this word gradient? So in physics we always deal with two words. One, rate. Rate means with respect to time, and gradient. Gradient means with respect to distance. So any physical quantity changing with respect to distance is known as gradient. For example, if I start moving from the north part of India towards the south, which physical quantity is going to change? So I feel like the temperature is going to change. If we are towards the extreme north, that is towards the Kashmir part, it's too cold there. So temperature is very low. But as I move towards Delhi, Mumbai and towards south, what I feel that the temperature is going to rise. So as the distance is changing, temperature is increasing. So this is what we call the temperature gradient. So gradient means change in any physical quantity with respect to the distance or with respect to the length, right? So electric field as a gradient of electric potential. It means that electric field as a gradient of electric potential, it means electric potential is changing with respect to distance or length, and it is becoming electric potential. Also we call it relation between electric field and electric potential. So this gives us the relation also, relation between electric field and electric potential. So I'll just explain you how do we reach that part, but you are not supposed to pay attention to the whole derivation. Just pay attention to the final result, and that is it, right? So let me consider a positive charge Q, and then I have to take a point A, then point B. The small displacement, let me call it as dr. So why this displacement is done? Because we are carrying a charge. We are carrying a plus unit positive test charge from infinity We are carrying a unit positive test charge from infinity and you are carrying it towards this charge. So you know there is a force of repulsion acting in that direction. Force is acting in that direction, but the displacement is taking in this direction. So as we had explained electric potential is the work done per unit charge in carrying the charge from infinity inside the electric field of some other charge, right? So that is the work done. And we know that the electric field will be in this direction. Why in this direction? Because this is a positive charge. And for positive charge, electric field is always radially outwards. So if that is the case, then what we are going to do, let me take this distance as r. So the force on this charge particle, that is unit positive test charge, because of this electric field will be how much? The force will be F is equals to Q naught E. We all know this, as electric field was F upon Q. Electric field intensity, force per unit charge, so F is equals to this much, right? Now let me calculate the small amount of work done. So you know that dW is equals to F dot dr. You know that dr is in this direction, force is in that direction, angle will be 180. F dr cos 180. Cos 180 is minus 1. So is equals to minus F dr. If I put the value of this from here, so dW is equals to minus Q naught E dr. I shall bring this Q naught here. So dW upon Q naught is equals to minus E dr. If we look at this quantity, we know this quantity. Electric potential is defined as work done per unit charge. This is small work done per unit charge. So can I write it as dV using that quantity? So if I write it as dV is equals to minus E dr. dr is the displacement, remember. If I bring it downwards, so E is equals to minus dV by dr. So if you look at my heading tells me electric field as a gradient of electric potential. This is the gradient. Change in electric potential with respect to the displacement. So this is the potential gradient. So potential gradient equals electric field. So this is what the relation is. And if I write it in simple form, I can similarly write E is equals to V upon L. And what does this negative sign represent? This negative sign tells me that as I move towards the electric field, so electric field is in this direction, but as I break the charge in this direction, my potential will be increasing. Okay, so my potential would be decreasing. I'm sorry, negative means potential would be decreasing. It means potential always decreases in the direction of the electric field. Potential always decreases in the direction of the electric field. So E is equals to V upon L. Now, from here, what will be the unit for electric field? It will be Newton per Coulomb. And what will be the unit of electric field from here? It will be volt per meter. So you have two units for electric field. Number one, Newton per Coulomb, and number two, volt per meter. Okay, so you need not to worry about this whole part. You just remember this part and this part, and you should remember the meaning of why this negative is there. So let me do one question based on this, one numerical based on this, and then we can call for the day. So a very small numerical based on this expression I would like to do, and then we come to this part again. So the numerical says that, okay, a proton is moved in a uniform electric field of 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 4 Newton per Coulomb. So one electric field is given and one proton is given. So charge of a proton, we all know that 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 Coulomb, and electric field is 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 4 Newton per Coulomb. So a proton is moved in a uniform electric field of 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 4 Newton per Coulomb between 2 points. So one proton is being moved in a electric field between 2 points, and these 2 points A and B are separated by a distance 0.1 meter. So point A and B. So basically there is a proton which is moved between these 2 points A and B, and they are separated by a distance of 0.1 meter. So distance is also given. Let me call it distance as L or R. L is given 1 meter. So the first part of the question says that what is the potential difference between these 2 points? What is the potential difference between these 2 points? So I can easily calculate the potential difference between these 2 points using this relation. I know the electric field, I know the distance, I can easily calculate B. So B is equals to E into L. This is the first part. So B is equals to 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 4 into 1. So B is equals to 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 4 volt. So this will be the first part. In the second part, he is asking us to calculate how much work is done in the above process. So when you are carrying this proton from point B to point A, how much work is done? So we all know that V is equals to W upon Q. Therefore, W will be V into Q. So work done will be equal to V into Q. So work done 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 4 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So W is equals to 1.7 into 1.6, and I'll multiply these two, and then 10 to the power minus 4 and 10 to the power minus 19 if you do. So this will become minus 4 minus 10 to the power minus 23, and 1.7 into 1.6. So that would be 2.24. So that would be 2.24 into 10 to the power minus 23 joule. So this was just a small numerical which I wanted to give you. Please remember this, these two are important because they may ask a question from these two numerical, but that whole derivation was not that much important, right? Thank you so much.